Blog Talk Radio. Choose.
Comes a day, and it's true, someone ends up being the fool. So much pain I'm feeling deep inside. My poor heart broke in two. Now that I'm faced to live without you, so much pain, these feelings I can't hide. All I do is think about you. Oh yeah. All I do is think about you. Silly me, silly you. We're still in love and still don't know what to do. Still we play this silly love-hate game. Oh yeah. No, I won't get into all the things that were wrong about you. Still I'm living with guilt and shame. All I do is think about you. Oh yeah, baby. All I do is think about you. Someday I'll forget you. Someday I wish today when I try. I do cry, 'cause your memory will not fade. Tell me why can't I get you off of my mind? I wish today was someday or away. All I do is think about you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All I do is think about you, baby. I just can't help myself. All I do is think about you. All I do is think about you.
Well, all right. Woo! It's another glorious Wednesday out there, children, and you know what time it is. It's time to get your crumpets together because, baby, it's time to dish tea, and you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats. Hey, baby, for a second, I was over here panicking for a minute. My switchboard wasn't coming up. And everything was looking blank. I'm like, I know I got folks on here waiting on me to say something, and I couldn't get any of my stuff. So I'm sitting there calling Blog Talk and this, that, and the third. But I'm fine. I'm calm. We're relaxing. We're relating. We're releasing. God damn. Okay. Because today, honey, is going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. I cannot tell you how long I have been waiting to hear these words that my guest is coming out with new music. It's been a little piece of a minute, honey, and we just want to delve into some things, honey, and find out where she's been and et cetera, et cetera. Now, before I introduce who she is, let me let all of you guys know this right now, that Dishing Tea is a mature show, and the language and or subject matters that you hear are not for children or anyone who is not mature to handle the subject matter. So your listening discretion is advised. I'm going to repeat that. Dishing Tea with Big Meats is for mature audiences, and the language and the subject matters are not suitable for children or anyone who is not mature to handle the subject matter. So your listening discretion is advised. I have to put that here now because those of you who know me, y'all know I have a potty mouth. I make no excuses for it. I'm 42 years old. I've earned the right to say every four-letter word that comes out of my mouth at this particular point. However, I just want you to make sure that as you go through your day and listening and everything, that you act responsibly, please. If you're at work, put your headphones on, turn your volumes down to a respectful level. If you have children everywhere, you know, it's that time, honey. I don't know what bag I'm coming out of, just know I'm coming out of one. So if you don't want to take a chance, now is the time for you to govern yourself accordingly, because none of you bitches are going to email me, write me, telephone me, get in contact with any kind of way to say that I was the cause of your demise in any way, shape, style, form, or fashion. You understand? So consider yourselves warned. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I encourage you to please hit me up at bigmeach at dishingtea.com. That's BIGMEACH at dishingtea.com, or just go to the website dishingtea.com and you can get all of the links there to the Facebook pages, learn a little bit about me. Also, the link to purchase your copy of my book, Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey. You can catch it there, or you go to Amazon.com, okay? Also, you have a list of and links to all of my sponsors, and we do have a new sponsor that I must thank right away. That's Trig Laboratories, and Trig Laboratories are responsible. They're the creators of wet lubrication. I have to say thank you for coming on board. And between this cute little partnership, honey, we're going to be promoting safer sex practices and carrying on throughout the broadcast and those things of that nature. So thank you to Trig Laboratories, the makers of wet lubrication, for coming on board with me. I do thank you. I thank you. Okay? So now, if you would like to join in on the conversation, have questions, comments, or concerns, would like to say hello to my guest, you know, show her your love and all of those things, please give us a call. The number here is 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183, okay? So without any further ado, honey, it is going to be exciting today because it's been about 17, maybe 18 years since we've heard from my guest today, honey. And now she's at a point in her life where she is coming back to seize the day. That's right. She's known as the original Superwoman. And she has declared that she is not taking any prisoners, and she's going to exercise all of her superpowers to get all that she's entitled to on this side of creation. With a new project called Carpe Diem, Karyn White is reclaiming her musical roots and taking her rightful place in this industry. We're going to explore where she's been, honey, what she's been doing on her hiatus. We understand that she's been an interior decorator, dabbling in a little real estate here and there. We're going to talk about just her career in general, writing, working with different people, and letting her dish her tea the way she knows how. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Miss Karyn White. Hello there, precious pumpkin.
Oh, my goodness. You were making me feel incredible. I just want to
Because
go
you are.
Yes, I'm about to hit this. I'm about to hit the stage. This is great. How are you? So glad to be here.
Honey, I am everything, and everything is me, baby. Thank you for coming out of the woodwork, honey, and for just letting us know that, baby, I'm still kicking, and I'm about to seize the day, honey. Carpe Diem, honey, yes.
Carpe Diem, baby. And you know what? It's so wonderful because you are so right. I mean, I've actually had an epiphany myself. I was trying to, keep my body in shape and all that, and I'm performing, and afterwards, I said, what was I thinking? I mean, I said, the goal of me to come back at 46 and be like, okay, I think I'm ready to do this again. So I said, it definitely had to be, the Lord putting it in my spirit, of course, because, you just don't come back and say, I just want to do this after 18 years, and I feel better. That's the great thing is that I think I'm better than before. So,
wow.
That's incredible. So I feel like, I'm ready.
Wow, that's the perfect place to start. That's the perfect place to start because now that the industry has changed, we're not dealing with a lot of record companies and labels and stuff anymore. A lot of folks are independent. We're now in this digital age or whatever. With you feeling on top of it, how does that put you in position to do what you're doing now?
Well, it's like you said, it's the perfect time. The industry has changed, which is wonderful because now, before I was with Warner Brothers, and they spent millions of dollars for everyone to know who Karyn White is. And so I'm a businesswoman now. Before when I was singing, I was pretty much, being the artist. But when I left, I was doing a lot of business. And so for me, it just made sense. I have a name. I have, that value. So the fact that I can do this independently is which I'm doing. It's, the record is released on my own label. And so it's really, I think it's incredible because now the fans, you can reach them directly. Social media is playing a big factor. Shows like your show and all the shows that have embraced me and given me love have a great audience. And so it's wonderful because we really can get back to good music and not have the record companies say what they think is, hot. And the record companies are safe. They're going to say, okay, Beyonce's selling, so we want every form of Beyonce because we don't want to take a risk on another type of artist. So I think we're going to get better music now, too.
Get out of here. And I believe that. Let me, I'm going to put this out here like this because to come back after having a hiatus with this particular project, Miss Thing, this project is smoking. Ow! I listened to this.
Thank you.
Do you? And I want you to hear me because I'm not one who just blows smoke up everybody's ass, because I have them on my show. Being in the industry,
I get that from you.
No,
I get that
sister.
That you keep it 100.
Oh, my sister, because I had to let this get into my spirit because I got a donut factory job, y'all. Y'all know that. Anyway, while I'm sitting up there making the donuts, I'm sitting at my desk and I'm listening to this, and I was like, Mrs. Steen, wait a minute, girl, really? And as it was sitting, I had to listen to it over because I like to put stuff on repeat so that it'll get into me, so that so I can listen to it and get very organic and intimate with it. Miss Thee, this project is smoking, and I know that you got Sister as the lead track, but I'm gonna tell you what should have been the lead track. I'm gonna tell you, the lead track off of that should have been Dance Floor, but we'll talk about that later. Anywho, because I'm waiting on the remix on that. I'm so waiting on the remix on that, Miss Girl. I'm waiting on the remix. Anyway, y'all will hear it in a minute, honey. I know I'm teasing with you. However, let's get into you because let's go back, because as you were saying before, you were with Warner Brothers, and a lot of that, the industry or the labels and the higher ups were more so dependent upon creating that sound or marketing or basically creating the persona that they wanted you to have, because basically you were their employee. So now at this particular time, what lessons did you learn over the years for becoming your own businesswoman that fortifies you today to have your own label, to be independent and know what the sound is that you want?
Oh my God, that's the only way to be, because it's, at the end of the day, when you don't do something that's truly you, and people can tell, especially in the world today, it's a reality world, and you just don't make the connection. And I actually experienced that because a lot of the best songs to me that I previously released weren't released, and I found myself kind of chasing something, especially after I got married to Terry Lewis, which was, I was young. I think I was 24, and I remember my label saying something to me like, before you used to be a diva and a sex symbol, and now, you're changing your image. And so, and I remember after hearing that, and I remember reading some verbiage kind of negatively about that, does Karyn White still have this and that? And it really affected me. So I found myself starting to try to chase something that really wasn't organically who I was, because I did get married. So that was just me, what a superwoman is. We have it all. I want the family. I want the career. I want the business. And so I just found myself starting to cater. And so that's why I really don't read press. I really try to, stick to really who I am and my spirit. And especially now when now that I've lived life, I've gone through a lot of mistakes, a lot of, wisdom I've learned. And so I really know that I know who I am. And that's why I think this project to me is so special, because it's like I really get it now. Everything about, my look, which I call rock star, I love the whole legend, been there, not trying too hard thing. You just know who you are. You know your strengths and your weaknesses. I know Whitney Houston vocally, but I do sing with emotion and feel, and I just know who I am, and I stay in my lane. And I believe that's the most important thing, is having your own identity and sound. And although I didn't work with baby faces in LA's and Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jams, I worked with someone who I thought really got me as an artist, and I thought was just extremely talented. And so the fact that I know who I am, it just really, it wasn't like I was trying to prove anything. I didn't even think I was going to come back as an artist, but it actually happened. And, the whole thing is just, like I said, just knowing who you are and just living that, and especially going through the fact that when I was away, I was doing business. I had my own interior design company, as well as I had I did real estate, which was I bought and sold. So I was trying to be like Donald Trump. I would build these beautiful homes, and I would live in them for 2 years, fabulous. Because I'm a Libra, and I love beautiful things, and that's just another side of Karyn, and it was wonderful because I also got to make money. I'm like, wow, what a great job. And it wasn't that I left the industry and said, I never knew when I stopped, when I was singing. I really was raising my daughter and just kind of living life, and I saw the industry changing, and I just didn't really, hip-hop was becoming very strong, and I don't know, I just was, that's how I live my life. It's really organically in the moment, because I believe there's a season, and, and Ecclesiastes talks about that in the Bible, about there's a time to plant, harvest, reap, sow, and that's exactly what I did, because I've been singing since I was 8 and professionally since I was 16. So it was kind of like, okay, let me do this. And then I felt like I was successful at accomplishing my goals, but who I was inside as a person, I wasn't so successful, because I would, my personality, my character, things that I would compromise, and that to me had to be, I needed to focus on who that person was, because I never really planned on. I remember telling Terry Lewis, we'll never get divorced, and I can see why other people, where they made their mistakes. And when you find yourself saying what you're never going to do,
don't you know that's what you run right to?
Right there. Yeah, life checks you. Yeah, life checks you. And so I just really said, you know what, let me, because he was an incredible man, and for me to not to be so blind that I let that go. I'm like, you know what? You need to sit down, Mama. You need to, you really need to get it together.
Girl. Wait, you ain't going to give me that one. You ain't going to, sister. Wait, you're not going to give me that tea like that. She said, for me to be so blind to let that go. Wait, girl.
Yeah.
No.
I was, wanting to, and every woman, first of all, you definitely, you want a man that's definitely a family man, and that's for, stability. And to me, I was looking at that like, I want to have fun, and,
Right.
So, that's what you want in a husband, if you can have that in your boyfriend all day long. So it just was like my mindset just really had to be renewed. And, I'm going to say one thing. I'm at the hair salon because they didn't tell me about this interview, and I'm mad because I love it and I want to keep doing it. So if you can just, reality moment. I'm having a reality moment. I need to talk to my hairstylist about this haircut. So can you go to a song or talk for a little bit?
I sure will. As a matter of fact, girl, that's why I love live radio.
Understand.
Please, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna take a commercial break and I'm gonna introduce one of the tracks from the new Carpe Diem, and then we'll come back and talk in just a few moments. So go to handle that. We'll see you guys on the other side of this commercial break. Okay, take a second. All right, I say, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't have it queued, y'all. Forgive me. And I will go right here. There we go.
The Caribbean American Boys Entertainment. We specialize in jerk and conch food catering, party promotions and emceeing, entertainment with the Caribbean swagger, island fever on the mainland, bam bam. We also provide customized tour guides through gay-friendly Bahamas to all the hot spots of dining and club life events. Mr. Silvano T. DeMarco is the founder and CEO of the CABC. For more information, please contact him at CaribbeanBoysATL@yahoo.com. That's Caribbean Boys with a Z, ATL, @yahoo.com, or on Facebook at Facebook.com/Silvano T. DeMarco. That's Facebook.com/Silvano T. DMARCO. Caribbean American Boys Entertainment. Island fever on the mainland. Bam bam.
Don't be discouraged, oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all in the darkness inside you, make you feel so small, but I see your true colors shining through, your true colors. That's why I love you, so don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, your true colors, so beautiful, like a rainbow. Mine, then don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you're taking all that you can bear, just call me out, and you know I'll be there, 'cause I see your true colors shining through. A your head up. So keep your head up and don't let go, no. 'Cause you're a winner. True, 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 true. Yeah. I see your true colors. I see your true colors. Shine. I see the God in you. I see the God in me. Shining through, shining through, shining through.
Okay? Listen to me when I tell you. This is the tea. Do you hear me? That is the tea. For those of you who are just joining me, honey, we are here dishing tea with the one and only, the legendary Miss Karyn White. What you have just heard is her rendition, honey, of True Colors from the new project, Carpe Diem. Now, honey, Miss Thing, you don't work this. You work that for me. I called folks. I said, I said, have you heard this yet? They was like, what? I said, no, and I put it up to my computer. I said, listen to what she did with this. Here, girl, Miss Thing, you
the truth
work
of who
this.
you are. You got to be able to
hear me?
accept the good. You got to accept your bad. The truth of who you are. Your true colors. Yeah.
You worked this song right here. I don't get, girl. Yeah, you worked this.
Thank you.
Yes, you
I
did.
felt like I did, but you never know. You know how it goes. It's like, just do your best. But I really, I love it. I was in concert in San Francisco, and I sang the song, and this gay couple, this guy just started crying, just bawling. And it was incredible. I mean, everybody started clapping, and he was I just let it go. And I just sang their song. But that's what music is about. That's what I miss. And, it's healing, and it just was like, wow, this is really what I'm supposed to be doing, God. It was such a confirmation. So.
Okay, I'm telling you, girl, when I heard this jumped at me because of I like the rendition on it. It's very smooth. You didn't drag it out like most folks tend to do. You said, girl, I'm telling you, that's the tea. That's the tea right there. Now,
thank you.
I'm telling you, girl, that's the tea. Here's the ticket. Let's go here because I want to first say congratulations to your daughter for graduating. Okay, and raising a beautiful, healthy young girl. You and Terry, y'all's daughter, have successfully completed her high school and moving forward. I understand she's a photographer as well.
Oh, actually, she's she's at Howard. She's studying journalism, broadcasting, so she does everything. She's one of those ones who photography, social networking, editing. I made her that way because I'm like, I need you to do that for me.
Got it.
And she's like, okay, she can do it all. She's like, and she's so funny because I really believe in her. I was like, and I said, now you got to get your real estate license because mommy needs to sell some properties and I don't want to pay another realtor. So she's like, okay. So, isn't she incredible?
Dig that. Right. Now, with your real estate, I understand that your father was also into real estate, and I'm learning that. That you have recently lost your father. How was his influence on your life shaped and developed you as the daughter, and then also shaped you as the parent?
Wow. My dad was just an amazing, wise man, and I say the wise just because that wisdom is so important. And I remember him. As far as, the real estate, he was, he actually was in development and property management. Mm-hmm. And I remember him coming to see some of the properties, and he's like, Karyn, what are you doing? So, because some of the stuff was, like I said, it was on-the-job training. I I held properties longer than I should, but God saw a way, and I was able to sell because every time I would flip homes, I would go into a larger home. So the largest home that I purchased was in 2004, and I sold it in 2007, but we know the real estate market was changing at that time. So it was pretty scary because I didn't know if I was going to really get the price I needed. And the Lord sent a basketball player, and thank God I had an elevator in the house. So that's what I did it for him. I'm like, thank you, because and then the house is half of the price now. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was lucky to get out of that. But just he was, because he wouldn't have done that. But I had more guts than him, because being in this industry, it teaches you you're fearless. You gotta be. So that's kind of translated to me in my business, because I'm just kind of used to being on the line. I mean, come on, look at the odds of success in my industry, and I did it. So I felt like I was like, hey, I done. If I could do that, y'all better look out. To me, it was like everything else.
Okay.
I'm like, I can do this.
Here's the piggyback question. Taking what you learned from real estate, combining it with what you learned in the music industry, what do you rate yourself as a businesswoman now? And the second half of that is, what are the similarities between the two businesses?
Oh, okay. Well, taking what I've learned both, which is when I was in the industry, I let a lot of people handle things for me. And when you pay things on the gross, which is crazy, paying a manager or an accountant on the gross when I don't make the gross. You know what I'm saying?
How about it? Okay.
But I was paying managers and everything, so I really don't, I don't pay, I just really understand how money works. I think that's the biggest thing real estate taught me, is that it's numbers and it's business. And I always have this fight with my manager now, because I'll go, hey, there's all this stuff in the music industry that's hush hush, and you can't talk about it, and I can't really say anything, but a lot of it's payola. So,
wow.
And I'm trying to get receipts, right? I'm like, well, I need to pay. I said, if I can't get receipts, then I can't write it off. So we can't do that. It's so funny because it's going against the whole grain of the music industry, because their whole thing is okay, give me this check, and I maybe get you radio, and it may get played, or it may not, but you just spent $50,000. You understand what I'm saying? So it's I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm used to okay, for $50,000, that's a down payment on 2 houses. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I just keep them honest, and because they don't, so it's kind of interesting, because I think I'm doing better business, because the fact that we're doing our own distribution. I just signed a deal with a distributor in Japan, and there's no middleman, and also with the United States. So, so I just get it. So an artist probably wouldn't have this mindset to do what I'm doing. They probably would be afraid of it. But for me, I love it, because it's just, I said, we're just doing business, you guys. I have a product I sell. I made a record. I have a website, KarynWhite.me. You can purchase it. So to me, it's, I don't see that, now, so it's just a matter of marketing. Do I want to spend hundreds of thousands at radio and maybe have a hit or maybe not? No, I'd rather break it organically. Like you said, when people hear the music, that's the thing. You're going to, it's music, that's one of those things that you don't want it to be bought, because if it's really real, people are going to find me.
Exactly.
You can't stop something that's good. You understand? So my thing is, it may happen slower, and that's kind of interesting for me, because I need to learn patience, because I was with a machine like Warner Brothers, and, they spent lots of money for me to have, so my mindset is that, but also they made tons of money on me that I didn't see. So it's just really me being patient and developing that, okay, very Gordy foundation, Karyn. This is who you are, you're building. And to show other artists like Karyn White did it, I can do it too. Maybe, because I probably wouldn't have been signed by a label. I'm older, and I've been away. And I remember meeting with some labels and them saying to my manager, well, is she still viable? Why was she gone away so long? And, but my thing is good music, and my hits, I was gone, but my music lived. And it's just, I'm saying, I know it's a slower build. It's slower, but when you make an impact, when you have great songs, it's just something about it. I mean, you're just confirmation of it. It just, you know,
exactly.
you can see it today. And I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I'm not going to be able to sing and use my gifts because I'm not 25 or 30. That's stupid, you know. So I'm excited because I'm a trailblazer now, and I think there's a lot of people in my age range, especially women, that can relate because it's an awkward time because you don't feel young enough, but you're not old. So it's kind of like
exactly.
They can make you doubt who you are and like, oh, I just have to just. You know, I should have done it when I was young. No, seize the day, baby. And that's what I'm here to show people, not by talking it, but I'm living it. I'm like, I'm doing the work, guys. I'm acting like I'm a new artist, and I'm starting over. And you can do it, too. Go after that business. Go after your dreams. Like you, I don't know how long you've had your show, but maybe this is your first show. I mean, this is what the world is about today. The Internet has made us all become, the world is smaller to us now because we can reach so many people at the, at the click of a button. So I'm changing with the times, and I don't want anybody to put me in a box. It's like, you know, I'm doing it different. I'm doing, you know, so don't, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, let the fact that I'm not with a major label. I think it's actually great because my story is going to be that much greater when I win.
Say
I'm
that.
I'm going to win.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do the work.
Say that. Now let's go here. Because I just found out something, and I need to know this, girl. The second song that I played earlier in the intro was Slow Down. And I know you were one of the writers on that. But the other writer on that, is that the Steve Harvey that we know? Broderick Steve Harvey, the comedian?
No, that's a Steve Harvey from London.
London Steve Harvey. Girl, I said, wait a minute now. Okay. Because I did say, I read, you know, he was in your English class or something. And I was like, okay, English, they didn't go to school. And I just needed clarity on that. Okay, because that was jiggling my brain cells. But let's go into your writing. Because I understand on this particular project that, if not all, most of the songs that you had your hand in writing and producing and being on more hands involved with the creation of the project. How is that? How does that help you to interpret what it is that you want as far as building the project, you know, versus having somebody just throw you a song and say, here, this is what you gonna sing, you know?
Yeah, I haven't been that since the first album, with, you know, when I worked with LA. Yeah, I mean, but you know what? I'm okay with that because, shoot, a babyface in LA want to throw you a song and say, this is what you're gonna sing, and it's a smash, you better sing it. Because their track record is, you know, come on, 100 top 10 songs, Babyface. I mean, you know, come on, he was, so that, and, you know, that was my first project. So I felt that, you know, that was my learning ground. And I definitely just sit back and, you know, just really soaked it in. And then when I got with Jimmy and Terry on the Ritual of Love album, they like to include the artist. They like to really get in the mind of the artist and have it be about your life. And so that's when I really started to develop more. But my first, actually, I mean, I've always thought was a songwriter, but I just, you know, you just get better when you have that kind of talent around you. I've been really because, you know, at 16, I don't know if people know this, I was signed to a group. Remember the group Switch from Motown?
Of course.
Of course. Now, they were the ones who, the drummer of Switch, put together a group that I was in at 16. And so you got to understand that I grew up around that kind of talent and going to their rehearsals and being in the studio with them writing songs. And so I really understood melody and lyric and music. Then I go from that to O'Brien, who was incredible with, you know, Don Cornelius. And then at 17, I'm on the road with him. And he's a songwriter, and I'm learning from that. Then I go from that to Jeff Lorber, who is an incredible jazz fusion artist. And so my ear is just getting bigger and bigger, you know what I mean? So I really am learning, you know, this is all, and I'm just a sponge. And then I go from that to a Babyface in L.A., and then to Jimmy and Terry. So when people work with me, I know exactly who I am because I've been around the best. I mean, I get it. Benny Medina, this is the person that I talk to all the time and would sing my melodies to, and he's the icon that he is. So I've really been blessed in my life to have some brilliant minds, and so I can't help but learn, and so that's what I do. And so when I really started this project, it's just even though I've been away, I've just gotten more seasoned because I started listening to opera and classical and just I just go to the place jazz. So that's why I wanted, like on the song, there's, I don't know if you heard the interlude before My Heart Cries. And
yes.
So it was just important for me to, so I wanted to, that was dedicated to my parents who are both deceased, and I just wanted, and that's how I started the show. And then, so I take you on this emotional journey, and that's what people have told me when they were at the San Francisco show. They said, you bring out every emotion in us. We're crying, we're laughing, we're dancing. It's just, and I'm so emotional when I sing, and and it's scary because, like, I don't know what I'm going to do on stage sometimes, and I love that part about me because that's, for me, I want it to be that because the audience just makes, I lose it. If they, if they're really feeling me, I really try not to be upset. How some artists do the same thing every night.
That's what what makes a performer. Is that organic ritual out there on the stage because we don't know what's going to happen. When I get out there, honey, whatever it is what it's going to be. Okay? And we're just going to work with it. Okay? And we're here to have a good time. That's all. Okay? If I have to take this wig off and sling it, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's too hot up here. Okay?
And that's what we grew up listening to. Those type of artists. They gave it. Gladys Knight, Marvin Gaye. Michael, Prince. It's just these entertainers, Stevie and Tina Turner. And I really love Tina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just Patty. They just give you every bit. You're wore out, and that's where I come from. So if I'm not doing that, I'm like, I don't feel like I really threw down and gave you, Karen. So I just have to pace myself now because, like I said, I am 46, and so and I really think I'm 25, really. In my head, no, because I can't. You know what I mean? I'm not dated, and
girl, I know.
My last boyfriend was younger. I get all that. I'm cool, but you know what I mean? I'm not. It's just important for me to just come back and be right because nobody wants to say like, oh God, she should have stayed gone. Like, what I'm trying to. I don't want. Exactly. I didn't want to have that whole.
Exactly. But
why she comes out? So.
With this album, I'm telling you, girl, sister. With this particular, I mean this with everything in me. This particular piece, this project. Every song, and it's very rare that I say that now because usually we've gotten back to a time where folks got one or two songs on an album, and everything else is filler now, and especially now that the sound, nobody really has a sound, but every song on this project, it flows. It takes you on into a myriad of places. There's a particular song for every emotion, or every particular situation that you want to be. That's what I love about this project. Like I said, I played it over and over, and when you put it on repeat, it's like when it starts back over, you don't know it started over. So it's like I'm getting a different experience each time I hear the song again. And that's what I'm digging about this. I'm digging this, girl. Yes, I
am. I'm so. You know what? That's what I've heard too, and I'm. That's how I feel. But like you said, you don't want to be a legend in your own head. So my thing is, the confirmation, and I thank you because that's what I felt. I was like, wow, I really feel like this is my best body of work, and and so it's just what a way to come back. That's what you're supposed to do, and I don't feel like I feel like everybody's trying to be Beyonce or Rihanna, and it just wears me out. And believe me, those girls are fierce, and especially Beyonce. I give her the torch. She's the queen. But I don't want to hear every artist be like Beyonce. I want variety.
Exactly.
We
already have a Beyonce. Right.
Exactly. And these record companies are just, exactly. We got to be, and she's incredible. And
Exactly.
Ain't nobody messing with it.
But see, and then what ends up happening, it stifles your talent because if you end up boxing yourself there, you don't explore everything that you can do. You know?
And I refused to do it. I was like, Yeah, I was like, no, I got to do it. I was like, I was before her, so there's no way I'm going to come back fighting her.
You better say that. You better say it.
I know. And when you have videos like the way I feel about you, where I'm playing the kooky maid, and you've seen my videos, so you know how edgy.
Walking the dog, girl.
How I was, and I know these girls they know.
Okay.
They know where it came from.
But here, let's give them another taste, because this one here.
Okay. My hairstylist is about to.
Okay.
She's like, okay, go on a break now. I'm losing myself.
I'm going to play this because this is, I thought you should have led with this one. Okay, this here is going to be, I'm playing Dance the Floor from the Carpe Diem album, honey. This is the listen.
It's about that time, y'all. Carpe Diem. Yeah. I think I'm ready to come back and do this again. Today and maybe just dance. Yeah. Let's go. Loving the way you're moving. You're so hot, boy. Don't stop, drop that thing. Feels like I'm losing my brain. And to pull you closer to me. He said, like what you like, get a green light, get a love eye. He asked me what's my name, I told him it's why, yeah. Ooh, on the dance floor, on the dance floor. Oh, on the dance floor, on the dance floor. Ooh, I'm on another level, yeah. DJ, turn up the music. Beat so high, body rockin', doing my thing. This club is going insane. The night is young, and I'm feeling free. He said, and we're light, looking good in his vest, like it's prime night. You can have it, baby. I'll give you just enough to let you know it's right. Ooh, yeah, yeah. On the dance floor, the dance floor. Yeah. On the dance floor, the dance floor. I'm on another level. It's time for you to take my hand, yeah. From the night to the morning we go out this way. In my arms you will never get away. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, yes. Now, before I bring Karyn back in, I want her hairstylist to see if they have a little bit more time, because that was just a little bit. I know she's trying to do her thing. So I'm going to take another commercial break so that she can have time to do that. Don't you love it? I love it. I love it. And then when we come back, we're going to go into another avenue of this, because I've got to find out the answer to this question, even though I think I know what she's going to say. But we'll see you right back on the flip side of this particular break, and then we'll get back in with more of my diva, honey. This is the lovely Karyn White. Egypt, Vidal, Couture, Egypt, Vidal, Couture. Enjoy high fashion with luxurious twist. Step into the future with fresh, innovative couture. Designed by Miss Michi DeVale. Michi DeVale. For more information, contact Michi at 313-996-9807. 313-996-9807. Or go to Facebook and go to facebook.com/Michi DeVale. That's MICHIEEDEVALE. Michi DeVale. Echam Vidal Couture.
Forgot to
And we are back. Woo, I wanted to give you a blast from the past, girl. For those of you who do not know, that was Miss Stephanie Mills singing Automatic Passion, which was written by Miss Karyn White. Yes. I want to sock that to you, girl, because as an artist, when you hear your work being done and it comes to life and folks adore it and folks take to it and all of those things, explain that feeling if you can. What that is for the birth of a baby, and then someone else gets it or gives it the life that you knew it had. Oh, did I get it? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me bring the mic back up. Why is this thing giving me problems? Karyn? Oh, she might be up under the dryer. Hold on a minute, y'all. Okay, let me do this. I will play, let me do this song, which is going to be the lead song off of the track. This is off of Carpe Diem. This song here is called Sister, Sister. Get into it.
Welcome to WKARYN. And this next song is dedicated to all my sisters out there. And wake up, sister, 'cause ain't nobody tripping about what you got on. Say I should have your back, hey, you should have mine. We've been fighting for too long. Don't you think it's time? Oh, sister. But instead of checking him, well, you know what we do. It's up to the good when you know that you should. But ain't it such a shame how we take the blame? Sister, 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 can you hear me? Definitely a song directed at women, and it's about unity. Women, we're the givers of life, and I think it's important that we start loving each other, because when I see you, I see me. Say that there's a man that's your man, and he's you think he's your man, you're with him, and you find out that he's actually seeing another woman. So instead of you getting mad at him, unfortunately, the woman will actually get upset with the other woman. That has actually happened to me. So the unity, I believe, is important, and that we just support what's right.
fighting over this dude? This dude right here?
Come on, you know you loving it. Come on.
No. This is not even cool. He is not worth it. You know what? Right. You can have it. I don't want it.
Hey, wait. I still need a ride home.
He said, wait, I still need a ride
Something
home.
else.
That was a video version of this.
Something else.
Okay. He said, wait, I still need a ride home.
This has been the funnest interview, and you have been you do things in your own, talking about individuality. No one has ever played majority of the songs you played, and just the video and just your whole approach. I just want to say I love your show, and I'm a fan. I'm going to start listening to your show. I love it.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you, sweetie. No. Thank you. Okay, I'll let you stop. Don't do that.
It's the truth. Trust me. .com.
Thank you. I appreciate that so greatly. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, let me get back on my square. Oh, because I could gush later. But the whole I love this particular tune because see on the LP. Oh, did I say LP? Damn, I meant to say CD. See.
Exactly. Don't
Ooh, okay. Oh, I said LP. Jesus. Anywho, on the project, you have an acoustic version that closes out the project. Girl, and that was I thought that I had. That's the one I thought I loaded up in my queue because I have it in 3 different areas. But nonetheless, yes, that acoustic guitar version of this tune. See, again, it opens up with the regular version, which is what you heard here, minus the video talk, y'all. Okay. Now, that particular version sits down and it hits it. The acoustic version is the version that, girl, we sit down here around the table, and you done came over to the house, girl, trying to tell me your man problem, but say, no, let me pull your coattail. And that acoustic gives me that flavor. Yes, girl, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is the project. Now, having that kind of emotion, you have been known to have, the anthems, with Superwoman and Romantic and all of the hits that the folks know. You have been labeled as like the queen of the women's anthem. Okay? When the sisters did it, the Sisters in the Name of Love did Superwoman, what was your initial reaction to it, and how? Because a lot of folks wanted to go into their whole competition thing. You know how the industry, how kids do. What was that like for you during that time and that era?
Okay. Truth.com. I was like, they're going to steal my song. I was like, because I was like, 3 legends? Come on now. You got Patty, Dion, and Gladys? Come on.
Right.
So I was like, oh my, and like when I heard it, and I was, of course, I'm first of all, I'm flattered, but yet I'm still like, okay, are they gonna? And I don't think they did. I think it was just another kind of. Mine was younger. It was, it wasn't as I hadn't really lived the life of a superwoman, so they have. They've been there, done that, and could buy a T-shirt, all 3 of those women. So I think I definitely was honored, and I actually, toured with Patty and Gladys, and, they would be on some shows. So, I mean, the more, I guess, that it became honored. Before, at first it was fear, and then it became honor, because I thought that it wasn't like, they didn't take it from me. I just think it was another rendition. But you know how some people just do your song and own it?
Right.
And take it from you, and you're like, whoa, that didn't happen. So I was, of course, 3 legends doing it. I mean, and, like, I really admire my favorite. I love Gladys. She's incredible. just rich, knows how to just evoke emotion and just without screaming. She just got that loud thing with the background.
Okay.
Between a melody and just that classic timeless. And, of course, we all know Miss Patty is just, down home. Girl, it's real. Gonna give it to you. So all three of them, like I said. So it was an honor, and I just, take it as that.
Too cute. Now I'm gonna give you my take on it because what it did was Gladys. Well, those the sisters, and when they find good music, they like to preserve it. You see what I'm saying? And for them to do it, they put their spin on it. It wasn't yours, and I'm going to tell you why yours is still popular. Number one is because nobody's going to do all three parts at a karaoke bar on this, down, and third. Number one. Number two, as a single artist, you were still able to hold that down. And everyone who identifies with that song identifies with it independently versus three sections. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to, okay, I understand Gladys part of the song, or, I'm going to scream because Patty got this part of the song, or I'm going to take it because, the newspaper stuff, Dion got that part. Yes, they sang the hell out of it. But when we listen to yours, number one, the syncopation is different. The arrangement is a little different, okay? And number two, is coming from one voice. When I listen to yours, it's coming from one voice, and it is absolutely telling your truth versus their truth.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, got you.
Yeah, and that's what preserves the two versions, because even if you were to play them side by side, you could still get something very different out of both versions. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you survived it, girl. That's exactly how you survived it. Yes.
I love it. That's right. Keeping it 100. That's how I survived it. You got that right. That's
because
right.
had any one of them done it independently, then it would have been that constant battle and that fear of, oh my God, did they just steal my song? You know what I mean? Because neither one of them can do that song in a concert independently. I mean, they could, but it would miss the element because they have collaborated so deeply on it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even do it that was before Sisters that was after Sisters in the Name of Love. So far as being in a concert or whatever, they toured, they did it on Oprah, blah blah blah. But your version still speaks from the single girl or the broken-hearted woman who was independent, and I'm standing here looking stupid because this fool just done ran a number on me. That kind of thing. That's how you survive that, girl, because, And then, like I say, everybody want to sing it at the karaoke bar, and your version is the only version that come up.
Oh, got you.
See there?
Yeah.
Now.
Can you hear me, sweetie?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, you're right. That's great. Like I said, you really get the whole entertainment music business. I really take on your the way you see it, I buy into it. It makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, because speaking of entertainment, what is your take on female impersonators and how they do your music? Because as a matter of fact, I'm from Detroit. I live here in Atlanta now, but we had an entertainer who had your name, Karyn White, as a gender illusionist. She didn't look like you; she just liked the name. But what is your take, on the girls, picking it up and you go into a gender, one of the little bars or whatever, and you see drag queens doing your work. How does that strike you? I know Bette Midler was at one point, I don't know if she still says this now, but at one point, years and years and years ago, she felt she didn't like it because she said, I've taken so much time to create and build my name and the hard work that goes into it, and all it takes is for somebody to put on a dress and to look like me, and all of a sudden, they get all the accolades that I worked so hard for. So, and like I said, that was years and years and years and years and years ago that she said that. I don't know if she still feels that same way now. But what is your take on that?
Honey, I would be flattered, and just because it's just a form of they think you're hot because if they're doing it. I mean, obviously, it's what's hot because they're not going to, especially drag queens. They're not going to do nothing that ain't hot. So I'm flattered, and I would probably be like, let me get some ideas because
okay,
it's creative. Yeah, and I had a guy who actually did prints all the time. He was one of my best friends, and he was incredible. So I haven't seen a drag queen do my vocals, but I've seen them do Cher and everybody else, and I admire it. I think they can learn from it because it's funny how people see you, and I think it's cool to watch because it's like a comedian. They can pick up on little things. Like if you hang around a comedian, they can tell you things about yourself,
get you.
You don't even realize it. You're like, I do that. They're like, And it's funny.
They will get, when we study, girl, let me tell you, when we study a character, because I do female impersonation myself. So when we study, yes, I do, as characters, I do Jennifer Holliday and Aretha, but then I do my own take on everybody else. But when we study you, that little back kick sometimes that folks don't realize that they do, and when they do that little kickball change turn, and they do the little back kick that think that you forgot, or that little middle finger twitch that Whitney Houston does, or did, her little middle finger twitch and all. When we study, it is out of adoration and stuff for you because we have to get it perfect because that's the illusion that we want to give. So we're good. Down to your fashion. So if you ain't good on your fashion,
right, exactly.
If you're not good on that fashion, because some folks are a little difficult to do than others, and I'll leave it like that. Okay.
But I like it how, like you said, I mean, they kind of really, to me, it's like you really kind of hone in, you get the best of who you think that person is. And so, like I said, to me, I would love it because I would learn. I'd be like, ooh, okay, I didn't do that, but I'm going to do it.
Okay, right.
I'm always learning. I love learning, so.
Okay, true that. Well, if you're not learning something, honey, then you're dead. Life is for that. Life is all about learning and evolving and change so that you can always be at your best and your optimum. So if you're not learning anything, honey, then that means you're dead.
Thank you. Exactly. You got that right. And evolving and change. And that's what I was trying to tell my marketing people today. I said, because I was doing these kind of I was thinking about trying to put out this T-shirt for I'm going to Japan next week for I'm touring there, and I wanted to do this kind of Marilyn. A lot of people do this with Marilyn. They'll take her image and they'll like tattoo it on they'll put Marilyn with tattoos or just different kind of versions. And so I had sent over something like that, but I wanted it to say Carpe Diem and seize the day, and they were like, oh no, this is the tattoo world. I'm like, come on now. I'm like, are we that locked into a box that, I said, I don't want people to, I'm not going to be out there in sequence and all of that. That's not who I am. I'm a GM, a rock star girl. That's really where I am, and I'm not going to let anybody, I'm fighting for me today. You know what I mean? I'm not fighting, you're not going to keep me in that.
I am fighting for me today.
I'm fighting for me, dog. I don't want to have to be, I don't want to do ball gowns and stuff. I mean, that's just not who I am. I mean, even if I did it before, to me, really, I'm a late bloomer. Like, to me, I'm more of what, sexier, and, I never used to wear my bare legs and stuff on stage. It's funny, I would do stockings, right? Now, and so now, I'm just, I just, it's a trip of what age, what it did for me. It's like I kind of became like that woman. I really became
free, honey. It's called freedom.
That's it.
You are free, baby. I'm gonna tell you. See, you know what? Once 40 is what did it for me. I'm 42. So turning 40, because I don't give a damn about what these folks got to say anymore. I'm not trying to impress nobody. It's more so I'm at a place now to where if I had the wisdom that I have now when I was 20, I'd have been a dangerous ass back then. But it took all of that to get me here. So that's why, honey, you can sit up there and put some lotion and some baby oil on and you know, go out there on bare legs. Do you know what these legs put me through or what they done been through? You better believe I ain't got to cover these suckers up no damn more. Shit, I look good. Ain't got no blemishes, no nothing. Okay, you better understand.
Well, if I do, I know how to cover.
It's called dermablend. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And the whole thing is that even if I do, I'm walking in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
exactly.
I'm not gonna let. I'm just like you said, the freedom of like I'm not competing with. I'm not even getting caught up in all of that. Y'all ain't making me do that. You know, I am who I am. I take care of myself, but I'm not going to get caught up in. I'm not 30, but I'm happy with what I am, and I'm gonna work who I am.
See
so,
there.
You know, that's all I can do.
And then it doesn't take me being 30 anymore to do that. See, it doesn't require that because I've lived and I've experienced, and I'm still here to tell it. So long as I'm here, baby, I'm a work me. Now I may not be able to touch my toes like I can, but I can touch my knee. Okay.
I know. Let me tell you, oh God, because I was like dropping it, and you know, I'm really like wild on stage. If anybody, it would probably be like a Tina Turner. That's who I kind of. You know, it's that energy. And so, but I was like, I had to pace myself. I said, okay, you know, because, you know, so I hadn't performed. And so I mean, the shows were incredible, and they just kept getting better. But I did realize that, okay, you know, you may think you're 25 in your head, but your body is telling you different. So I just really you know, listened, and you know, of course, you know, I wasn't able to go out and stuff because I was doing 2 shows a night. So it's just discipline, and it's just, you know, it's just a blessing when you just, like you said, when you just said it. If you would have had the wisdom at 20, you would have been, you know, ridiculous. But you know what? It's not for that time. So it's for now.
Exactly. That's why you didn't.
I'm excited to be talking to you because you're who you are because of all of that. So,
exactly.
And I'm glad you're seizing the day. Carpe Diem.
Exactly. See there? I love it.
Yeah.
Now, the question I posed earlier was when I played Automatic Passion by Stephanie Mills, and that was a song that you had written. When you hear, you know, your work done by those, you know, by others, and I consider Stephanie Mills to be just the illegitimate daughter of Patty and Luther. Okay. When you hear your work, you know, she did that. Johnny Gill did I Know Where I Stand that you had written. You know, when you hear your work coming back at you, you know, and it has life. What is that like for you, as the author of the work?
You know, it's actually more fulfilling because someone else is doing it, and it's just because sometimes you can't see yourself. You do it, and it's like, okay, you know, you kind of can, you know, you can fathom that because it's you, but to, you know, to have someone else like it and to have them put their own style on it, and you know, so it's like, wow, I wouldn't have, you know, you kind of go like, ooh, I wouldn't have went to that note, but it's cool, you know, and so it's just a blessing. I really, you know, I'm just in a thankful position. I'm in the humble position. I've lived, I learned, I get it. And, you know, that's just who I am, and I'm grateful, you know, this business, to be able to be in it, to be able to sing and make a living and make people happy. I mean, you know, it has its downfalls, but there's nothing like that. That's an incredible, I mean, like you to be able to go on the radio and you can affect someone's person. You know, we can be going through something and then listen to something that you say, and I'll tell you, because you touched me, even before I got on the phone with you, you said, okay, relax. Do this, something you were just like preparing, you know, yourself for today, and it was something you were saying, and I had a little funky attitude because I talked to someone earlier about, you know, I was talking to my publicist, and I said, you know, no one, you know, I said I wouldn't have made this appointment for 10, and she said, well, you got to do it because he's been advertising it for a week, and I said, of course I'm going to do it. I mean, I got to do it, you know, and I respect that. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I hit the phone. And so I said, you know, I just have to make it work. But I was a little mad at my manager because I'm like, why did he do that? And it's just, you know, you can just get into a little funky thing.
Right.
So then when I heard you say that, and I heard songs like All I Do, you were playing stuff that just like is really close to me, but it's not radio hits, you know, and I was just like, wow, it just really changed my whole, you know what I mean? So it's just,
Girl.
like I said, and I was just like, I'm so glad I didn't even think about canceling because you made me happy. You changed my whole mood.
Oh, bless you. Well, then I've done my job. See, this is what I love about it because, see, I'm a B-side girl, okay? I'm point blank. I'm a B-side girl. And,
love it.
you know, those tunes, you know, when I read liner notes, that's because I miss albums and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, MP3 is cute because we could get it quickly. But I'm one who like to read. I want to know who that screaming heifer was in the background, honey, that's on that alto note, that second alto. I need to know that, okay?
Details. Wow.
You know,
I got you. That's who you are. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm one of those kids.
Yeah.
And so to play the music, you know, I wanted to make sure that because everybody else, they would have went to Romantic and they would have went to Superwoman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they would have went there simply because, well, she's been gone for 17 years and to make you remember. No, honey. Let me give you the real. Because, see, these were the tunes, honey, that should have been. You see.
Exactly.
Okay, that should have been. Okay.
And that's what touched my heart because that took a lot of, for you to be that, that's what we need more of people like you because you break records. You understand what I'm trying to say? By your ear, instead of going to what, like you said, y'all shouldn't have released this, and you're exactly right. That wasn't even supposed to come out. A DJ started playing it, and then we just went with it because we were like, okay, well, what can we can't stop it. But your ear is on point. That's why I was like, you ain't no joke. And it just really, it just made me happy. And I was just like, wow. This is why, like I said, I would never get this, like, you know, doing a Steve Harvey show or whatever. So that's why I'm so happy for this platform. I love the Blog Talk Radio. I embrace it, and I just, you know, I'm excited. I just love the way the world is. Everybody, you know, it's not so cookie cutter. You know, you probably, I don't know if you would have been able to have a show. You know what I mean?
Girl, we'll sit down and talk because the way this started was a fluke. You know, I've always been told I had a radio voice. I said, yeah, whatever. But it started as a fluke because I said, okay, I would just mock it up so that I could create a reel to sell my voice. You know, and God saw a different plan. So I'll be 3 years old in July 1st. So there you have it. So it took its own turn. So now, let's do this because I know you're still there. I want to give the folks the new song, that closes out or at least gives the essence of the album as far as I'm concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Seize the Day.
Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Hey y'all, I'm doing fine. Told you I'd be alright. On my way to better days. I'll see
Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Oh, yes, girl. See, that's a brown liquor song right there. You got your little glass. You know how your grandma, what you know about that? Swinging her hips, yeah.
Exactly. I know I need to hear it. Huh. I know we need to hear in this world right now. Everything's going to be all right.
Everything is going to be all right.
Yeah, it is.
I'm living for this project, sister. I am so living for this project. I am so living for this project. And now that you are, kicking your dance shoes off, dusting them off, I call it, I do this like for house music, I say, okay, they're ready for the girl. You back there eating your bucket of chicken or whatever. You sit up there waiting on your cue to come on in. And then they say, come on, girl, let's sing. And come up in here and this recording studio and then wreck them real quickly and then go sit back down and finish your plate of potato salad.
Shoot. I wish I could do it like that. I can't even eat when I'm performing.
I can't eat.
It's like,
no, I can't do nothing.
I don't see how they do it.
I don't eat. I can't eat, and God help me because I don't drink nearly as much as I used to back in the day, and that's a blessing because with friends and stuff, we used to drink up on the table just so we could hang.
Right.
But I don't do none of that.
Oh,
but when I'm working, folks know that when I'm working, my mind is on working. I ain't got time for all this other stuff. Child, what is you talking about? Let me get to the show first. And then we worry about whatever. I can't do it. Well, now.
as my friends would say, performance.
Performance, yes. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Now, you are here. We're finna go ahead to kick this off. We have a launch date for June 12th as the official launch date. What are we looking for from Miss Karyn White? I've read that you're ready to you want folks to know that you dance, you wanted to get into some acting and theater and all of that. What is the model or the business plan or the agenda that you have created for this wave of entertaining?
Karyn White Enterprises, a full licensing media company that's sex-rated. Sarah, I'm being sorry.
You better work me, girl. I thought that.
I know. I wish I could have kept going, but I couldn't remember. I was like,
you
what is
gave
this?
Me that.
Lifestyle company. Yeah, so I'm going to be embracing. Like, how I was saying, we're fearless now. We done lived. We done got a story, come back. I'm going to be doing a line of housewares. Hopefully, that'll be coming soon. Because, and then, because, the great thing is that when I was away, it actually made it even better because now when I'm in the business, it's like it's harder to be a brand, so you can, that's just another great side of why a company would like me. They're like, oh, great, you can do houseware stuff. So, and I'm actually up for reality. We're actually together. There's a girl, Stacey Francis, who was on the X Factor. Her, myself, and we're still casting, but we're doing a project called Married to God by the producers of the X Factor and I think it's American Idol. And I think they do Miami Housewives. And so, we're looking at that, which is Married to God, which is, talking about, how you struggle, how you deal with your faith and still, being in the world and, still keeping who you are and not losing your mind, per se. I already did that. You can always do it again. You know how this business is. If you don't really know who you are, it'll turn you out. So, anyway, I'm looking at that, and also touring and acting. I think I'm a really great actress. I'm very theatrical. I can do certain things, and I want to do that. Because before I started to do it, like I auditioned for a lot of stuff, and I almost got it back in the day. And I just didn't really. If I would have really gave it my full energy, I would have. I really feel like that's something I could do successfully. So I definitely want to do that. And I'm just going to, I have a project that I'm working with another writer and artist. His name is Jay Ali. He's on the album. He did the rap stuff on It's Hot, and he's actually wrote a lot of those songs with me. He's an incredible, oh, my God, his voice is amazing. He's the most incredible singer and rapper.
All
so
right.
he's got both of the best worlds. Yeah, so he's, a little young kid I'm working with. And, I'm going to just, who knows, I'm actually going to probably, hopefully have a show about superwomen, ordinary women living extraordinary lives. So just really dealing with not just entertainers, but ordinary people that are superwomen in their communities. Because I'm really about the fact that I've done the whole being an entrepreneur and the whole business side of me. I'm really passionate about teaching because education is so, it's powerful, especially when it comes to economics. Having our own businesses, and it's just we don't, I really found when I was doing my my real estate ventures, there weren't a lot of black people, and a lot of people didn't really understand, how money works. And
I was just about to say that, yes.
Yeah. And I do this also, I'm just really passionate about it because whenever I learn something, I know that, like I said, I just happen to be very fortunate. I've had, God has blessed me, and the fact that even people, white folks, want to share their wisdom with me and their knowledge, and so I want to give it back. So I really want to just empower people with, especially today, because it's a different world today, and we're going to have to work together like never before because you can't have all this separatism, this camp over here, that. In order to be successful, we're really going to have to start coming together under one umbrella and being a business, and that, and helping each other, because really, like you doing my show, I'm doing your show. Maybe I may have you come and open for me, and
exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Your fan base becomes my fan base, and we integrate, and that's the kind of world it is today. And if you're not about that, you're going to be left behind because the old way. I'm telling you, business is changing. Everything is not the same the way it was, and the mindset you can't stop. Mhm.
Stephanie said that.
And,
I had Stephanie Mills come on the show, and she went and being independent because she's working on releasing her new project, and I asked her.
Good.
I was like, well, you got friends that carrying on in the industry. Why are you having such a hard time? Coming up with the project. And she said, because I can't afford it. I said, wait. What do you mean you can't afford it? She said, just what I said, honey. I can't afford it because everybody is looking to get paid. And she said, there are no friendships, And, so she said, so it comes down to it, Yes, of course I want the best producers and all of that, but they're looking at it as a product and not as, we coming in and you get it on the back end once it's become successful because you see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I said, are you serious with everything that you've done and, the folks' career that you done started and done sang background on and done came in and done slept on the couch and all of that goes out the window. She said, honey, you are as good as your last project. And she said, with me coming back out, her last independent project was the gospel album back in 2004. So, there you have it. Was it 94?
You know what?
94.
And I love when you say Stephanie Mills. That touched my heart because I was such a huge Stephanie Mills fan, especially when she started doing the Wiz. I used to do beauty pageants and talent shows and sing home and the whole Wiz thing. So I was thinking, I want to do something with Stephanie. I think that would be hot. Me, her. I don't know who the other artist would be, but and I'm glad. Yeah, you should. I was going to say just where Stephanie's coming from. I love the humility. So I'm going to definitely try to reach out to her. I think, we could do some things together. And I think she's brilliant. I mean, and she's, like you said, she's that original. You got to understand, people weren't doing Broadway and stuff. She's that girl who's doing it for everybody, and, Stephanie is a bad girl. And I get it. She looks great. She sounds great. And, she's just a great entertainer.
Honey, and it's interesting that you say that because I was wondering how I was going to formulate this in my head because every since I have come into Karyn White, and particularly I want to say, particularly after the Ritual of Love album, it seems as though you had molded yourself to be her sister. And I was like, okay, I see a lot of influence because I'm a Stephanie nut, okay, and I just feel it's like when I close my eyes, I am her sometimes, okay. But and I was like, okay, I see a lot of I know you listen to her. I see that you listen to Tina. I see that you watched and molded to be the kind of performer that you wanted to be. With the energy and the this and the that, and even how you say energy, you sound like Tina. When she said, I'm into the energy of it. And yes, it's white because it doesn't have all that. Oh, my man did me wrong. This, that, and the other. It's all about being fun. I said, okay, yeah, she's right there with it. And even in your writing, even your writing style, though you tell a story, you're still not telling us that whole, it's not my man did me wrong, I got to go get the frying pan, and I'm looking for you to sit up there and co-sign my bullshit. It is more so, girl, let me get up and start this thing over because I can't let him be my demise. And that there has always been, the building blocks. That's why your version of Superwoman, like I said earlier, is an independent song coming from one voice, and that's how it stands alone. And that's how it stands the test because everybody can sing it because everybody knows that feeling. And the empowerment because you got that's a declaration. I'm not your Superwoman. I'm my own, baby. I can't have you do all this. I done broke my neck and you didn't appreciate it. Fuck it. Never mind.
Oh, I like that. See how you are? I never thought about it that way. I'm my own Superwoman. I like that. I have to use that. Okay. I'm giving you credit when I say it. But back to Stephanie, that would be great. And I'm glad you're a Stephanie Mills fan, like you said, because, it's just, like I said, she's just a diva. And the fact that she's humble, I mean, I definitely want to get in contact with her. I think we could do some real great stuff. Don't you think? I think that would be hot.
Oh, honey, you've already proved that. Listen, and see, I was going to do this to you, but I got talked out of it a little bit, okay? Because I was going to play.
Oh.
I was going to play that whole scene where you, Shantae Moore, and Stephanie Mills did that tribute to Tina Turner.
Oh,
from back in the day.
I don't like how my vocals sound.
I know, because I got talked out of that. She said, oh, you going to give her that? You ain't going to do that to her. You ain't going to do that to her. I said, okay, I won't do that to her. I won't do that to her. And then she said she didn't like her vocal on that. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I didn't like my look. I had just had my baby, and I was still dealing with, it was
right.
Like
okay, so I want to go talk it. It did not agree with my spirit.
Oh, yeah. I was like, you were on point. But, of course, Shantae Moore was killing, and Stephanie. I mean, they're trick. They're ridiculous, both of them, man. I don't have no problem with, I'm not like women. I don't know. I'm not a catty kind of, I give it up. Whoever's the ish, I give you that. I don't try to take away nothing from nobody. Like I said, I'm comfortable with who I am. But, yeah, they killed it, and especially Shantae.
Okay.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, because she was new there, so she came out there proving. Right.
Oh, yeah.
That was her first big thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was her first premiere television performance. Yes, Lord.
And then
so
it was a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, let me just say this. You know how it goes. You know how, like opportunities come at a time when you're like, why could it have been when I had, lost the weight, everything? Why? I mean, this is such a huge opportunity, but you think I was going to turn it down, but I didn't, but I was like, darn it, that's why you got to always stay ready, and that really taught me, you're an entertainer, so this is what you do, this is your job, no excuse. What I'm trying to say? It's just like, hey, this is your job to look good, sound good at all times. You don't know when it's going to come. So after that, I was like, you know what? You are really right. Because, like you said, it's in history. So anyway.
Okay.
I was all right. They killed it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm having such a ball with you. Let me let them hear you, so that the people can be ready to go and purchase and get everything that they need for Carpe Diem. I know on your website, they can get a number of things. So give everybody the website again, all of your tweets, your Facebooks. Let everybody know where they can find Karyn White.
Oh, great. Okay, well, if you want to, Karyn's World is the name of my actual conglomerate where you can find everything Karyn White. So it's karynworld.me, and that's KarynsWorld.me, or you can go to KarynWhite.me if you remember that easier. And that's for my music. You can hear it before you buy it. You can hear every track. You can see my new videos. You can see my performances from the new tours that I'm doing, my rehearsals. I also wrote a book called Carpe Diem, it's Thoughts and Affirmations to Seize the Day, and it's to inspire and to uplift, and it's good for the soul, and especially, like I said, in today's world, we all need that extra something to get our day started, and that's what my whole project is about, is uplifting and encouraging us to seize the day. And Karyn White, official on Facebook, and I'm always on Facebook interacting with my fans and friends and posting pictures, and I'm going to get on Instagram. I don't think I'm on there yet, and I'm also, you can follow me on Twitter at Karyn White. And so I am, my hairstylist is, I got to get ready to go because we're about to wash out. I got my tips frosted, so I'm wearing the curly hair for the summer. I got like the bronze, highlights on the ends of the curls, so it looks really cute. So I got to wash them out now. She's like, okay, you don't want to turn your hair orange. So,
well,
but,
that's perfect timing.
I know, and I just thank you. Like I said, I thank you so much. You've been an inspiration to me, and I definitely want to follow you. I need to get, I'm going to talk to Angelo, my publicist, and get your information, and I'm going to support what you do. I not only do I just think you get it, and I want to stay close to you because you get it.
Oh, and, bless you, sweetie.
Yeah. No, because you can help me and be like, okay, and that's like I said, we'll help each other. And I thank you for having me on your show, and I wish you all the success to both of us. I'm just excited that we're living our dream and we're not letting anybody.
You can't, honey. You can't. God gave it to us so that we can do what we got to do. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't, somebody else will. They won't do what you had to do, but somebody else will get the job done. So on that, let your hairdresser get your hair.
Okay.
And we will talk
Thank
again
you so
very,
much.
very soon. I appreciate you. I adore you. I love you. You are now one of my new sisters. Thank you, baby.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hallelujah. Listen at that, honey. Did y'all have a good time? I hope you did. I pray that you did, honey. I'm sure that you did, honey, because I know you did. Okay? That was the legendary Miss Karyn White. Honey, I'm telling y'all, this y'all got to really go catch this the new CD project, honey, because it is absolutely phenomenal. I'm telling you, it would be a disservice to say, after a long, this girl, she hitting hard. And you hear her comfortability. You hear her in her element. You know what I mean? It's not like it's forced on her. And you hear a lot of control and a lot of sensitivity with the music. And that there is I believe, is one of the elements that's missing. She mentioned to, that whole Berry Gordy type thing. Well, that there is what I've always felt the industry should have been. That whole conglomerate to where you are a polished piece. You know your music, you're this, you're that. Everything is everything. Education is the biggest component. And we take education for granted here, and it is not the commodity that it once was. And if we all band together to bring, or at least to give education the value that it needs, deserves, and has to have, then we'll be able to move forward. I am so thankful. I am privileged, and I'm sitting up here basking right now because the Omniverse has just given me and blessed me with such a jewel and such a treat. So I hope, and it is my praise report, that this jewel was a lovely stone for you to place into your most treasured amongst the treasured. So with that, my darlings, I thank you all for coming in, and I've been having technical difficulties here with my switchboard. I can't see a damn thing. So if you had your hand up, I'm sorry. I couldn't see you, babies. So with that, I do apologize for that, for all the fans who were trying to get through. I do apologize. But please, you can follow her on Twitter at Karyn White, and that's with a Y, KRYNWHITE. You can go to the official Karyn White on Facebook and go to karynsworld.me or KarynWhite.me, okay, to find out more information about Carpe Diem. Baby, if you don't get this particular CD, then you ain't no real music fan, and I'm gonna tell you like it is, because this sister here has rocked it. Now, I hope that you finish all of your crumpets, honey, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with big meats, honey. If you love me, tell a friend. If you hate me, tell an enemy. But do know this: one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, this thing does go forward. So with that, my darlings, I will see you guys next week. Next week, June 13th, baby, we have a treat for you. I will be interviewing Levert 2. Yes, that's right. Mark Gordon and Black Rose will be on here, and we're going to talk about their new journey of coming out with a new project. They're working with the OJs on a new single, and we're going to talk about what it is to regroup after the passing of the helm of the group, or what most folks thought were the helm, with the passing of Gerald and Sean, how they are managing to move forward and to keep things alive. So join us next week for that, and I'm so thrilled, and I'm looking forward to that, and then you guys hear their new music as well. This is June. It's Black Music Month, honey, so make sure you go out and support all of your good artists and all of your the wonderful entertainers, and we got a good start, honey, with Miss Karyn White. So on that particular note, babies, I love you guys. I thank you so much, and I will join you again real, real soon. On that note, you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech. Good night.